Hello, my Italian food fanatics. Today we're going into the kitchen and cooking chicken cacciatore. Should be cacciatora to be proper. But this is America, and we're doing it in a theoretical American way. Here's the recipe. You'll have to go to the New York Times to actually get it. It's Chicken Cacciatore, Cacciatore, by Martha Rose Schulman. Okay, if you subscribe to the New York Times, you can get it on there. So, it's got 3,442 votes and 5 stars. Takes about an hour and 45 minutes to make. That's about right. And so, let's get in the kitchen and cook this thing.
Okay, here are our ingredients. We have boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm going to trim these up. Thighs are excellent for this particular recipe because they can braise for a long time and they're still fantastic. In fact, you cook up to 180, 185 degrees and they're even better, okay? So for braises, think in terms of dark meat with regard to chicken. And of course, we have a little bit of olive oil. We have our dried porcini mushrooms and the liquid that they soaked in that's been strained. We have regular mushrooms. These are actually crimini that have been trimmed and sliced. We have garlic. We have our mirepoix or sofrito, which is carrots and onions and celery. Okay, and then we also have a little bit of red chili pepper, chili flakes. We have chopped Italian parsley. We have rosemary and a little bit of red wine, as well as a can of tomatoes. They were whole plum tomatoes that have been put in a food processor and pulsed a few times. And of course we have salt and pepper. So that's all we need. Let's get to the stove and start in. Okay, the instructions say in a heavy bottom pan or a Dutch oven, brown off the chicken thighs and put a little bit of oil, 1 tablespoon actually, and then we're going to brown off the chicken thighs and then I'll be back.
Okay, the chicken is pretty much browned. And look at the fond that's developing on the bottom of the pot. We're going to take these out, we're going to drain off the fat, and then come back and start in with the sofrito. See you in a bit.
Okay, I've drained the fat and we've turned down the heat to medium. We're going to add the rest of the oil as they say to do. And we're also going to add our sofrito or our mirepoix, and that is carrots, celery, and onions. Now, I know better because I'm classically trained. You don't want to add the carrots, onions, and celery all at the same time. You first add the onions and then the carrots and the celery. However, in the recipe, it says to add the carrots, onions, and celery all at the same time. And so that's what we're going to do. Okay, you cook it on medium for about 5 minutes or so until the vegetables begin to soften. In addition, we added a little bit of salt, and what that will do is that will draw out the moisture in the vegetables, and also it will help to bring up this fond that's on the bottom, which is all flavor as well. So I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Okay, so these vegetables are now soft and aromatic. We're going to turn down the heat to low, and we're going to add in our rosemary, our garlic, our red peppers, red pepper flakes, not red peppers, and of course the parsley as well. Okay, this is exactly what the recipe says to do. Now we will, on low, stir this and let it cook for about 5 minutes until it becomes even more fragrant and delicious. You can see by using the wooden spoon that we can still scrape up some of these bits and incorporate them into the dish because that's all flavor. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, our pot here now is aromatic. Everything's kind of broken down. You can see that the fond is lifted up off of the bottom. Now we're going to add in our reserved porcini or dried and reconstituted porcini mushrooms, and also our regular cremini mushrooms that have been trimmed and sliced. Okay, and we will cook these for about 5 minutes until they're tender as well. And in the meantime, we're going to add a little bit of salt, just enough to salt what we've put in. I'll see you on the other side of this. As you can see, the mushrooms have given off their water and some more fond has developed on the bottom of the pot. But because the mushrooms give off their water, that can be used to scrape up the bits as well and to develop even more flavor in the dish. Next, we're going to add the wine and reduce by half. I'll be back. Okay, the wine is reduced by half. We're now going to add in our tomato product, and we'll use a spatula to get as much as we possibly can, to get it all. All right, don't waste. We're lucky enough to have food. We should not waste it. Okay. And besides, these days, with the cost of everything, unbelievable. Unbelievable what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to stir the tomatoes in. And we're going to cook this over medium heat. I'll turn down the heat for about 10 minutes. And then at the end, we're going to stir in our reserved porcini soaking liquid. I'll be back. Okay, the tomatoes have cooked down a little bit, and now we're going to add in our soaking juice from the, or reconstituted juice from the porcini mushrooms. And then we're going to return the chicken here into the pot after this comes to a boil, and then we're going to make sure that the chicken pieces are submerged, and we will simmer for about 30 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay, as you can see, the mixture is coming back to a simmer. And what we're going to do is now add in our chicken and the juices and make sure that that is very nicely submerged in here. We're going to wait for it to come back up to a simmer. We're going to cover and cook for 30 minutes. And then it's time to serve it. I'll be back.
All right, my Italian food fanatics, you saw me dish it up. This is the Chicken Cacciatore. Actually, it should be called Chicken Cacciatora. That's the proper pronunciation. But we're in America. It's known as Cacciatore. And so you saw me put it above a little bit of rice in the recipe, which is right here. They say to serve it with pasta or rice. But I figured I eat so much pasta on this channel, it might be nice for me to share a little bit of rice with you. So here, let's taste and see. Wow. First of all, the chicken is very tender, the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't fall apart like as in shred, but when you eat it, it's very, very good. The integrity of the vegetables is still there. You get a little bit of heat, and I mean a very little bit.
From the peppers that we put in there.
It's very, very balanced and pleasing. You know, you see the mushrooms in there. You can see the sofrito or the mirepoix.
Really, really good.
This does take a little bit of time to make, all right? So it's not something you're just going to throw together. You have to read the instructions very, very carefully, because in the beginning they talk about the porcini mushrooms, and I have real Italian porcini mushrooms. If they don't really smell a lot like porcini, then you're getting ones from other parts of the world, not typically Italy. All right, you can actually smell the difference. There's a lot to this. And is it worth the 5 stars? In my opinion, it's not worth the 5 stars. I think it's maybe a 3.5 to 4 star maximum. And remember, we follow the recipe exactly the way it is, and we're not judging the chef or the cook. We judge it based on the way that I've made it, which I, again, like I said, I don't deviate. If we deviate, we cannot deviate from the recipe, otherwise it wouldn't be fair, okay? So I say 4 stars. Things that could make this better. There are things that can make this better, but I'll keep those to myself. We're just judging the recipe. All right? Is it worth making? Maybe.